My name is Asha Daniels. You can call me Ash. And I am teaching Hatha Vinyasa and Yoga Nidra. And these two styles are quite complementary, but the first style kind of focuses more on the yang element. So Hatha, Ha stands for sun, and Tha stands for moon. So it's a balancing of the sun and moon energies in your body. And when we do this practice, in Hatha we kind of hold poses, sometimes poses that are a bit challenging, to build heat in the body. In yoga we call this agni, it's the fire. So the more fire we build, it starts to burn out the toxins. So that's why we feel like that sweat come on, it's burning out toxins, it's kind of burning out any stagnant energy, it's kind of flushing it out. So it's like the sun shining from the inside out, kind of, and burning out all the stuckness that we get stored in our body. Vinyasa means flow. So what is the flow? Well, it's the flow of the breath, because the breath is connected to everything. So how we breathe shows the quality of our life. So when we breathe slow, we breathe deeply, we're more connected to our body, our nervous system is calm, we're able to deal with life from that space of calm, yet a clear mind. So Vinyasa, flow, we're flowing the breath with the movement of the body, and you can't do this without focusing exactly on the present moment, right? So that brings your mind into it. So right in that moment, you have mind, breath, and body connection through the flow. So Hatha Vinyasa is a practice of cultivating fire, burning out toxins, purifying the body. So that's really what we're doing, to then create what I love so much, that homeostasis, that state of balance. And you'll feel it immediately after your class when you're feeling that relief of like, oh, I had all that like crazy mind and I was coming from work and I was doing all this stuff, and you immediately connect to your breathing, you start moving your body. And at the end is when we move into Shavasana and stillness, and that's the juicy point when you're like, oh. And that kind of leads into Yoga Nidra. And Yoga Nidra is such a beautiful practice for me personally. It was kind of my first step to going into my internal world and understanding what that is. Because in the beginning, lying in Shavasana, you're closing your eyes. You're not really dealing with anything outside of you. You're turning your awareness inwards. In yoga, we call this Pratyahara. So withdrawing our senses, focusing them inwards. And that's when you start to perceive and understand and just observe what's going on in your mind, what's going on in your body, and you start to just become aware of, okay, I have this whole inner world. What's that about? Yoga Nidra is the most, in my experience, the most calming and relaxing, nurturing way to move into meditation. Because we are doing it through a practice where you're really, no effort is involved. You're simply just being. So you're shifting from doing, which was like the Hatha Vinyasa, we're kind of, to doing nothing, just being present with whatever arises within you, and being the observer, and noticing the sensations in the body that may or may not be there, and noticing what arises in your mind. Is it thoughts? Is it memories? Is it images? And slowly over time, it starts to become a more safe space to be with your own body in a still manner, without needing to escape your body, without needing to escape your own experience. So the way we do Yoga Nidra is we just lie in Shavasana, which is the corpse pose, the dead man's pose, the one where we're switching off all the doing. We're turning our senses inwards through Pratyahara techniques, withdrawing the senses, turning them inwards. And then we're starting to systematically relax every single part of the body. So we go through every part, relaxing consciously. Then we move into the breath, the second layer. Then we move into the mind, the third layer, and the most powerful, that's actually running the show. So we're kind of backtracking deeply into ourselves in a very safe, calming space where you know you're supported and held. So whatever does come up, you know you're in a space with someone who is completely non-judgmental and allows you to have your own experience. So that's very important. And over time, you can actually do this on your own. So you get comfortable being still, being quiet, moving your mind inwards, and being able to be with yourself, whatever comes up, and letting yourself have that, I guess, subconscious experience while awake. So I know that's a little tricky to understand, but like think of it this way, as like we're conscious most of the time because we are awake and we're kind of perceiving the world. All our senses are moving outwards. And then we have the unconscious state where we're completely asleep. We're not even aware because we're just not awake. But then there's the subconscious, that's the in-between state, the state between being fully awake and fully asleep. And that's where all the deep healing work happens. That's what we call the subconscious state. And that is the Yoga Nidra state. So Nidra means sleep. So it's a yoga sleep. So it's where you are still awake, you are still alert, but you're in your subconscious as opposed to your conscious mind. So that would be like maybe a more technical way of understanding, but the reality of my direct experience of that has been like, okay, I can feel safe in my body. And this happened through a lot of, like, I would guess, years of my own trauma, years of my own experiences that made me not feel safe in my body, which made me not trust my own mind, which kind of made me not feel comfortable being still for a period of time. I kind of get agitated and like want to move and want to leave or want to like play some music or go for a walk or do something again. So thinking, can I just be still but actually be comfortable in the stillness? That was so scary for so long. And Yoga Nidra was kind of a very gentle way for me to not be scared of my own inner experience, to be curious about it, to see what arises without judging it, and to let myself process naturally over time, maybe these deeper experiences that were kind of bothering me. And that kind of evolved into an introspective, philosophical understanding of myself as a human being, and also myself as deeper than just a physical human being, a consciousness that's here to express through a human body. And to kind of unravel all these aspects of myself, the ego mind, the true self. Well, that's where philosophy really helped kind of set the stage of a deeper understanding of the human self and how we are so connected to nature and a part of nature. And so that's really my love for yoga. Is like, okay, the more I learned, my curiosity grew, and then I would come and practice and have my own direct experience. And then that would fuel the experience more. So more philosophy, more practice, more integration, talking to other people and hearing their experiences. And like I would say overall, everyone, when they do go into yoga, over time, they do start to experience, oh, the meditative state is really wonderful. In the beginning, it's like really overwhelming. And so that became such a passion to me. I'm like, this is something that I directly can relate to. This is something that's taken me, I've been teaching for over 15 years now. So it's not like overnight it happened. And it's something that I can truly understand when I have students in the room. Like, I get it. I've been there.